Howdy, partners! It's me! Let's see if I know how to use OBS. Testing, 1, 2. Alright. Thanks, black guy, but not right now. We're going to Dave. Professor Dave. Oh, by the way, I want to show y'all how easy it is to do a setup like this. That's my Surface, my Windows Surface, sitting on some books, and a little camera plugged in. Here's my bed. Here's a green sheet. Just so you know. Hey, there he is, Professor Dave. We're gonna go to videos. And here's a spiral made by Jim Bob and Jade Iyer. We Are So Dumb, Help Us is the thumbnail. And it says Jade Iyer and Jim Bob are spiraling. If we go back, we have Jade Iyer as a pointless wiener 9 days ago. And then just 2 days later, they're spiraling. Is it 2 days later? I don't count too good. 5 days. You see?
Of the most prestigious institutions in the nation.
Let's back up. Let's watch this one.
So it's like the most smug atheist face.
Yes, kiddo. Everyone who knows how pathetic you are must have a smug face. Definitely don't reflect on how smug you have to be.
You. Just you.
Friggin'
building your app. On base 44. Describe.
Hey, everyone.
Hey, Dave. All right, so little setup. Dave here. I don't know a lot about him. I know he makes science videos. I know that I'm subscribed to him because I've enjoyed his content before. Other than that, I know here that he some people call him a Jew. But Paul says that a Jew is one who's circumcised in his heart, whose praises of God and not of men. Dave doesn't fit the bill, not a Jew. So anyway, let's just get into this.
A couple months ago, I did a reaction video where I made fun of some random creationism videos, including one that I referred to as a cringy after-school special. One of the other ones was made by some jerk named Jay Dyer. I'd never heard
Jay Dyer is a jerk.
of him, but in typical thin-skinned troll fashion, he threw a tantrum in response, thereby
This is ironic.
opening himself up for quite a lot more humiliation. Let's take a look. If you missed this reaction video, give it a watch at some point, since
That looks like Charlie Day. That looks like Charlie Day.
it was quite a rollicking good time. But either way, let's start with a very brief highlights reel for context. It's important to be aware of some of the dumb shit he said in the video I reacted to.
Now, this channel is called Professor Dave. Going into this, I presume to be experiencing a professional, somebody with character. I don't have to tell you that he's not taken disagreeing with these guys very well, right?
And the basic science I explained in response, because he's about to pretend none of that happened.
Just a fun fact, this conical hat that he put on top of Jade Iyer, that is a Jewish princess hat. That is the hat of a Jewish princess. So I don't know what you're trying to say about J. I saw that there was a word on it. I think in Italian it's pronounced douche. So, a douche hat. A dunch. Dunch. I think there was an N in it. Dunch? I don't know. I'm not an Italian.
Here are some snippets so you can get a sense of it.
You cannot empirically verify or demonstrate the billions of years that a chance universe would need to give rise to life or whatever, which I don't even think is. I think that's an absurd question to begin with. But
you can't empirically demonstrate what? What the fuck are you talking about? You can't empirically demonstrate the age of...
I immediately get the sense that Dave is drunk.
The Earth? Because, yes, you fucking...
Okay, so only when people are drunk, in my experience, do they curse so much.
Which I don't even think is. I think that's an absurd question to begin with. But
you can't empirically demonstrate what? What the fuck are you talking about? You can't empirically demonstrate the age of the Earth? Because, yes, you fucking can, which is how we know the age of the Earth.
Also, most...
He says we know the age of the Earth. But, prove it. I mean, you will give a number, you will give processes, and at the end of the day, what is the proof? Now, he will say that I am a stupid piece of shit for daring to be curious about a thing that I don't understand. You know what you ought to do, Dave? Dave, in Hebrew, do you know how your name is pronounced, dude? That's how. Dal wa dal. Dude. So I'm just going to call you dude. Beautiful, holy name, dude.
Most of those mutations are just replications of the same gene, which don't do anything.
Right.
It doesn't add anything, or it sheds something. So it's like...
No fucking idea what you're talking about with genetics confirmed. Most mutate.
So, like, he's drunk, right? Why is he's angry? Did one of these guys fuck his wife? Or his boyfriend or whatever? He's not just objecting to their arguments. He is triggered. This is a triggered man. That looks like Charlie Day.
Mutations are not gene duplication. Most mutations are point mutations. Point mutations can have
It looks like Mike Pinovich with Charlie Day's hair.
have a very significant effect. Often they don't. Most of the time they don't. Gene duplication.
Nigga, brush your hair. Like you in public.
Is comparatively a much rarer occurrence. But if you have gene duplication, then you have the opportunity for neofunctionalization. That second copy can accumulate many, many, many point mutations to code for a completely different protein.
Mutation. Okay, so what would cause... Now look, I'm not a professor like Dave is. Wait. Yes, I am. Do you know what a professor... Do you know what it means to profess something? It means to say it publicly. So I am a professor, just like Dave. So, as a professor, I don't understand how he thinks that a set of chromosomes over here and chromosomes over here, bam, you put them together, and then what causes the deviation? What causes the deviation? What could cause deviation except for postnatal forces, or it's got to be postnatal, right? So natal is just referring to conception and what comes thereafter. The environment in the womb is the only thing that would cause deviation from the blueprint Is it fair to call a person's chromosomes the blueprint of the person? So the deviation happens in the womb under the influence of testosterone, namely. What other variables are there that could change? We know that testosterone causes people all sorts of problems. If a woman is experiencing high levels of stress while pregnant, then there will be some deviation. But this is not in the genetic makeup of the person or of the creature. This is in the development. This is the developmental stage. So you have the blueprint, and then it's under certain pressures which are happening to the mother. I mean, well, for that matter, there are certain pressures that may happen to the father which might influence his sperm. So epigenetics, right? We're talking about the prospect of epigenetics and nothing else. I don't agree with Dave. I think he's a nice guy. You feel me? Where are my top Romans at?
That could have a completely different function.
And it started spinning, and then it kind of turned into a dust ball, and it kept spinning, and then it collected more dust, and then it hardened and crystallized into a giant perfect ball that is...
It didn't crystallize. It's called fucking gravity, you dumb piece of shit.
Like, look, when somebody makes a mistake, when they're like earnestly trying to understand something and they're presenting their understanding, is that the way to show them the truth? Is to say, you're wrong, you dumb fucking piece of shit? Dave, you're unhinged. You're look at you. You're unhinged, dude. You're drunk. You gotta be drunk. You're drunk and or on drugs. You don't treat people like this. I know literally only one other person who will go into the public and treat people like this, and that's Jim Bob, who I love and who I hate. I hate all of you.
Matter attracts all other matter.
Hate. Look up the etymology. See what it means in Old English.
Gravity.
What good is 1/8 of a PP? It's no good. Like, you got to have the PP and the testicles, right? So what good is 1/8 of a PP? Because there would be millions of years where the process of the PP comes to be PP, right?
That's right.
Mm-hmm. What good is 1/8 of a vagina? No good. Pointless.
Wow.
These people don't even know where a penis and a vagina come from. They don't, and if they do, dude, Jay Dyer, I have no respect for you talking in terms, in baby terms. What are you doing? A pee-pee? Dude, who is your audience? Who is your audience? And like, why doesn't anybody talk about the Mullerian and the Wolffian duct? It's always got to be PP in whatever kind of baby word you're going to use for the other parts. No one knows. No one knows.
Wow.
That's what I say.
Architects, spending 47 hours in SketchUp trying to convince clients your building won't look like a Soviet...
These guys are architects. They are architects of schizophrenia. So, like, their audience who follows them, I'm talking, what do they be following? Dave or the Orthodox guys. These are architects of different kinds of schizophrenia.
Okay. Hey, speechless. So, as you can see, this guy Jay is a moron. His friend in the corner is a moron.
Actually, they have some pretty solid rebuttals of Mormons, you freaking retard. How he's gonna label them as Mormons, not even knowing how they have rebutted Mormons. Rebutted?
and both of them are engaging in weapons-grade denial and a few other infantile defense mechanisms on a moment-to-moment basis, in order to convince themselves that they aren't complete morons.
It's funny how he calls them infantile as he resorts very quickly to ad hominems, which is... Okay, I'll be honest, I've never heard a baby use an ad hominem. So never mind. Never mind.
One of the problems with delusional bottom-of-the-barrel morons like these is that they...
This man has no love for other people. Dude, you know other people are real? Dave, are you not a person? How can you just shamelessly talk about people like this? It's wrong for them to talk about you that way. How are you going to shamelessly talk about them? Dude, wait till you see what he had to say to me. He said that I was tone policing for telling him that his vulgarity... He said I was tone policing and pearl clutching for saying that his vulgarity is undermining his arguments. And all he has to say to me is, "No, I'm not, you stupid piece of shit, you fucking law."
Absolutely can't stand it when educated people remind them how fucking dumb they are. Something I do...
What are you're not educated about how to interact with the public. I mean, is it autism? Let's see. Is Dave autistic? Root of autism. Aut. It means me. It means self. Autism. So Dave is a purely self-referential guy. He cannot recognize that other people are real and that it's wrong to verbally abuse them, and not to just discount them, but to put them down and to try to force them into submission. You're the stupid one. You're the retard. I'm Professor Dave on YouTube, you fucking idiot. Do you know who the fuck I am? I'm Professor Dave, you fucking retard. That's pretty autistic. It's pretty autistic. I might call the police. I might call the police and tell them what he's doing to people on YouTube.
Quite a lot. So naturally, when Jay caught wind of my innocuous reaction video, he got big mad. So mad, in fact, that he decided to make a cute little response video. It's called Jay Dyer Response to Atheist Professor Dave Debunking Creationism Video.
So, hold on. First of all, bro, how you so soft? Cute? It's cute. I mean, he's got a pretty sizable following. Maybe not as big as yours. Super high level of engagement. His sphere of influence is bigger than his channel, I'll tell you that. Why you gotta be... Forgive them, they know not what they do. Dave, you have the same shortcoming as your friends Jay and Jim. You need Jesus. You need Jesus Christ. What this means is coming together with other people in patience and forgiveness and selfless love. Your pride is hurting you, and you need to quit drinking all the time. And if you're not drinking all the time, my brother, get off the internet because you can't handle it.
And the thumbnail says, "Science boy refuted." Isn't that adorable? Look how hard he's stroking his chin here. I guess he gave his wee-wee a break in order to make this desperate damage control. Now, look, to be perfectly clear, I am well aware that it is way beneath me to be responding to this turd.
That's really ironic because I was just thinking, it's way beneath me to be responding to this. This is... philosophical, intellectual smut. It's really not philosophical. It's not intellectual. It's just a child having a meltdown. on the internet. Crash out, that's what they call it. They call it a crash out. Jay Dyer and Bim Bob. Jim Bob. Bim Bob. Jay Dyer and Bim Bob. Jay Dyer and Jim Bob. Bim Bob. I used to call him Yakub because if you don't know, James is the Greek version of Jacob, and Jacob in Hebrew, its right pronunciation is Yakub, because J comes from the iota, which is the yud, which is the letter Y. J isn't real. Anyway, let's get back to dude.
But here's the thing. I just put out my Peter McCullough video a few days ago, which I worked very, very hard on for about 2 weeks, and it performed like shit. I don't know if my more politically relevant content is getting deliberately throttled or what the fuck is going on, but I've...
Tell me in the comments, what does it mean to you that somebody is cursing this much? And like... I gotta show you how he talked to me. With his freaking $27 shirts. So first I was like, why are you explaining why you're making videos? Just make videos, no explanation necessary. Then I said, your arguments weaken with every vulgar outburst. Makes it sound like you're emotionally struggling against these Orthodox guys. And then he said to me, cope and seethe, you reality-denying sack of shit. All your idiot hero has is buzzwords and a racist Jew voice. I humiliate him endlessly in my content you're too afraid to watch. Cry more about it, dickbag. Like, whoa, hey. I said, sir, I watched your video. And I tried to align with him. Jim Bob personally dislikes me, LOL. I commented on your video because I appreciate it, though I have the same criticism of you that I have of Jay and Jim Bob. You're very vulgar. Vulgarity undermines any serious argument. Once you are reduced to vulgarity, you are arguing from emotion. I do not agree with you, Dave, though neither do I agree with Jay or Jim. Just sharing with you how your delivery affects your content. Peace and love, my friend. That was really nice, wasn't it? In the English sense, not in the Roman sense. That was a nice comment. So he says, nope! Mocking someone for being a worthless, lying piece of shit fraud does not in any way undermine my arguments. You're just a tone-policing, pearl-clutching toddler. Cry more about it. Oh, he responded to me since I started recording this. I said, so how do you justify abusing me, Dave? 7 minutes ago. You're a pathetic, tone-policing, pearl-clutching little bitch. This is how you deserve to be spoken to. Go fuck yourself. Wah! Abuse! Wah! Dude. I used to be an alcoholic who abused the mother of his children. When she neglected her domestic duties, I would justify talking down to her and just telling her the truth. I'm just saying the truth. I'm not going to repeat what I said. It was abuse. I was abusing her. I insulted her and I belittled her, and because I wanted her to feel bad about her negligence. Look at this guy. I'm tone policing? I deserve to be spoken to this way. Go fuck yourself. Wah, abuse, wah. This guy is crashing out big time. I hope the people who loves him are monitoring him. I'm concerned for how far this might go. Jay, Jim Bob, if you're watching this, go tell him he's smart and try to just go say something, make him feel like he's won this, because I'm worried that he might hurt himself. What do I say? What do I say? I should respond right now, right? From one professional explainer to another, this is how... Is this how his career ends? From one professional explainer to another, you are gay. All right. So, I mean, I'm not going to take him seriously, right? So now I'm just going to troll him. Isn't that the appropriate thing to do? He's just fucking... This from one professional explainer to another, this is happening because you are gay. But what is this? I need to say more. From one professional explainer to another. From one professional explainer to another. From one professional explainer to another. Is this the right comment? You are gay. From one professional explainer to another. That's enough. That's enough. I've said enough, right? I don't want to come off as threatening. I want to say you will fall hard. Don't fuck with him that hard. You're not a troll anymore, Julian. I'll just leave it as you are gay. From one professional explainer to another, you are gay. I like that. Wow, this is long. I'm only 3-4 minutes in.
I've got mouths to feed. So for every one of those deep dives, which I readily acknowledge,
Listen to this.
very hard.
Listen to how weird this is. This is why I was like, dude, like, quit explaining why you make videos. Dude, just do your job. Hey, Dave. Hey, dude. Go to work and shut up. How that?
Well aware that it is way beneath
I get the irony in that you speak for a living.
me to be responding to this turd. But here's the thing. I just put out my Peter McCullough video a few days ago, which I worked very hard on.
Cope alert! Cope alert!
for about 2 weeks, and it performed like shit. I don't know if my more politically relevant content is getting deliberately throttled or what the fuck is going on, but I've got mouths to feed. So for every one of those deep dives,
it concerns me that he has children. That's what he implied by the pictures of children. Dude, don't talk to people like this. This is not a good example for your children. I mean, God knows you talk to your children like this. What if your children get something wrong? Are you like, Junior, what are you, fucking stupid? I mean, don't you listen to anything I say? Listen here. Maybe one of those fucking retards like I have to punish on the internet. Is that you? Is that you, son? Oh, I'm a little retard. Well, if you want to be like your dad, you're going to stop making bullshit excuses and quit being a pussy. Stand up straight. Okay? Listen to me. Do you know who I am? Son, I'm Professor Dave from YouTube. Okay? All right, so listen here, you little piece of shit, so that you can finally learn something.
which I readily acknowledge is the most important function my channel could possibly serve. I have to churn out a couple low-effort dunk fests like this one. I don't know how to rectify this. When I do a video on a legitimate target, if everyone could please share it all over the socials to help...
Dude, what you are learning is that no one cares about the stuff that you care about. They want to see you crashing out.
generate some momentum, that would be highly appreciated. If those videos were getting the view counts they deserve, I would focus on that and never lower myself to replying to a brainless hick like Jay Dyer. But daddy's gotta hustle, and I can make a video like this in like a day and a half, so here we are. With that out of the way, do you think JJ was able to refute...
The dude is insecure about his content, and he just spent like a minute justifying his content. Like, you're 4 minutes into the video, like, I'm watching. Stop justifying. You can't. This is below me, but I'm gonna do it, and here's why. Believe me. Please believe me.
anything I said in my video, like he promises in the thumbnail, or even acknowledge the simple facts I provided? Place your bets. Let's get started.
People pointed out, oh, Professor Dave refuted you. I'm like, I'll bet you he didn't. I think he played a clip of me and Jim Bob. Let's see if we can find it. Look at his face. It's like the most smug atheist face.
Yes, kiddo. Everyone who knows how pathetic you are must have a smug face. Definitely don't reflect on how smug you have to be in order...
I mean, look, like, I know that Jay is wrong, but he's composed. I think he tries to know what he's talking about. He has a great sphere of influence. He's respected by people, even though he shouldn't be. I mean, he's more respectable than you are. I say he shouldn't be. In the name of Jesus Christ, he's very rude to people, you know? I hate Dave.
To reject entire fields of science you don't understand because they hurt your feelings. By the way, you're laying on the retro wave aesthetic a little thick here.
I mean, he's desperate to dig into Jay. They're like, dude, you are using clip art. You're using freaking full screen clip art emojis. Shut up!
Neon border with 80s font and palm trees on top of the neon sign with a palm tree.
Yeah, you're right. He should just not try at all like you, huh? Then he would be a respectable professor.
While wearing a Depeche Mode shirt? Are you cosplaying in anticipation of the Miami Vice reboot? Maybe take it down a notch or two.
Oh, but look, he's got chemical formula.
I'm bored. I'll be right back.
and equations all over his page. It must be pretty sciencey.
Yes, because I studied and taught chemistry, I am able to produce top-notch educational content, such as this tutorial on organometallic catalysis that you don't stand a shot in hell at understanding. When your response to science that goes way over your head is to sarcastically pronounce, "It must be pretty sciencey," you know that you have no business speaking publicly.
Welcome to Professor David.
This is like the peak era of smug atheist YouTube scientism.
Uh-oh, he's busting out the scientism accusations. Brainwashed idiots have nothing but projection. Also, is this really the era of people explaining to you how you're stupid? It seems like something that must have been consistently happening throughout your entire adulthood.
So here's the strength of my argument, and the reason that I always beat these types of people, these scientism goblins, and I think everybody in this audience already knows why. It's because, first of all, I went to college with these guys. I studied under these dudes. So
right there, they're in the same camp. They went to college. College ain't good for nothing. College
philosophy of science professor was one of these guys. He was like a hardcore atheist scientism guy.
First, it's adorable that he thinks he's ever beaten anybody.
He's judging Jay's aesthetic.
At anything. I can't imagine this tool winning at Hungry Hungry Hippos, much less anything even remotely intellectual. Second, I find
y'all don't let people like this be popular unless you're exposing them. This sucks. This whole thing where you just shitting on people, and it sucks. It's the worst. Dude, hey, dude, how about an argument? How about you actually respect these Orthodox guys? Hear me out. Respect them and address their arguments without appealing to authority. You see, you're just like them. You can't do it without appealing to authority. You are the same. You actually, both of you, lean heavy on an institution because you have no understanding in yourselves. Because you ain't got Jesus! You need Jesus. You need Jesus Christ. God and man. God called the Word logos, the root of logic, the faculty of thought. Ever heard of it? For God to be in man is for the man to think. Become a thinking man instead of an emotional man who insults everyone who offends him. Come on, man. You're not a man. Okay, let's break it down. In Hebrew, mem nun is manna. There is no in manna. It's actually just man. And the meaning of it, if you look it up, it means, what is it? All right? What is it? It's a thought, right? Like the Hebrews in the desert, they ate the manna from heaven. Heaven equals Eben, which is the rock. Ab and Nun together, the union of God and man. The question, what is it, comes from that union of God and man, right? Manna from heaven. You keeping up with me, Dave? A man is the continuation of God in the flesh, right? A thinking person. Paul explained that there is no more male nor female. Okay? You are gay.
It's pretty hard to believe that he went to college at all, but if he did, he's basically just pretending that his introductory philosophy of science class that he certainly failed had a bad professor just because he was too stupid and lazy to absorb anything that was taught. His defense mechanism is to complain about scientism and crap his pants on YouTube for the rest of his life instead of admitting that he's too dumb to learn.
So let us look at the word scientism. Science means knowledge. That which is acquired understanding, right? Knowledge equals understanding. But whenever you claim to have understanding of something that you do not understand, now it's being called an ism. So you are practicing the idea of possessing knowledge. It's a front. It's a fraud. There is science, which is knowing. This is not a fancy word. It's just a different language. But like, dude, Dave, you haven't even rebutted them. The people watching this video don't even know what the hell you're mad about. They don't know. I don't know. I'm a guy who watched the video. What do you have to say? What do you have to say? I know you've said it in other videos. But why not be a man about it and say what you mean? Patiently. You know, like a professor might do as he's educating a class. You are here speaking in front of a massive group of people who would like to understand something. It's not helpful to call them stupid pieces of shit, Dave.
Anything. But most importantly, pay attention to the dishonest framing. He's already whined about atheism like 5 times in the first minute of the video, in addition to putting it in the title. Who said I was an atheist? Where did he get that information? I don't mention it in the video.
Dave, what are you, Dave? Here's the thing. Here's the thing, Dave. I don't know, let's see.
I happen to be one, but I'm a hardcore atheist.
I happen to... What makes you think I'm an atheist, huh? Well, I happen to be one, but, Dave, it's because you deny creation. Okay, hold on, let's pause. John 1, in the beginning was the Word was with God, the Word was God. The Word was... Where's my Bible? It says that all things were created through the Word, and without the Word was nothing created. And it also says, let's think about this. Let's be consistent. It says in Genesis that Elohim created everything. Therefore, Jesus is Elohim. But forget about Elohim for now. Paul explains that we, those who follow God, are individually the members of Jesus Christ. The Word, we just went through this, logos, thought. The New Testament of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ literally says that all things have been created by thought through man. So the claim of the Bible is that everything that exists has been made by man. This is this in Proto-Semitic Hebrew. This is called Yud. This right here, it's the arm. It's used to create stuff. We created it all. We, those of us who follow God, which is thought, logic. And as proof, look around at the new things that you have. Television, computer, guitar, lamp. These things were made by men. And even all biological things have been made by men. And the reason that we have DNA in common with anything is because all biological things were made from our own DNA. That's what I believe, because that's what the Bible says, and it makes sense. It makes sense to me. I was an alcoholic too, Dave. I was an abuser, a pillhead, a jobless loser. And then I started reading. I thought I knew everything. I literally, I thought that. And then one day, while I was at my lowest, I saw this copy of the New Testament, the Confraternity version, and I had bought it a year beforehand because it was a couple of dollars over at an antique store. And I had a moment of humility, and I said, I don't know that. And because of that moment of humility, I opened it and I started to read it, and it taught me how to think. And I found out that the entire book is about learning how to think and the power of thought. Think about that. That's what I believe in. So I don't know what you're going to call me, what anybody would call me, for believing in the power of thought. I don't know. What do you think?
For some reason. How does that work? I don't have a single video on my entire channel promoting atheism. In fact, I don't care about it at all. So where does hardcore come from? If I went to one yoga class, would I suddenly be a hardcore yoga fanatic? You see, he knows he's a science-illiterate moron with zero ability to refute any of the science I present, which is universally accepted by all educated people, religious or not. So before even beginning, he has to shift the framing from a discussion of science to intellectual douchebag who skimmed Kuhn's structure of scientific
We've watched enough, right? Let's just go to the halfway point. Okay, he's getting technical. Probably for no reason.
The sort of smug, snickering, dismissing actual meaningful information.
Dude, Jay, you just described yourself. He just described himself. That's what I hate about you, Jay, you freaking hypocrite.
Or telos, purpose.
How do I know? Because I understand 9th grade biology, you fucking tool. In transcription, you get an mRNA transcript from the sequence of nucleotides in the gene, and then each set of 3 bases...
Let me tell you this, dude. I hate it when people use big words just to try to make themselves sound perspicacious.
In the mRNA transcript corresponds to a specific tRNA molecule and its associated amino acid. You didn't know that. You don't understand 9th grade level biology. And you have the balls to call me smug for knowing that while you sit there and fart out the word telos like it makes you intelligent. The smugness and reality denial is off the charts.
Even in I think Jim Bob was talking about DNA.
That's true.
Was an interview we did maybe 5 or 6 years
Nigga, you a hypocrite. Like you're a mirror of this guy.
ago. But I think Jim Bob's talking about DNA. But to snicker and sort of dismiss this with this just sort of, well, we all know that it's meaningless information.
No, it's not meaningless. The sequence of bases in the gene codes...
I hate this. As this all sucked, I've never used OBS before. I can see that my green screen is a piece of shit. Shit is a Hebrew word, by the way. Shin, Yud, Tall. It means, let's see, Shin, destruction, Yud, creation, death. I'm thinking of Bereshit. Bereshit. BR, bar is the head of the house, which is the sun. The head of the house. This is the house. The body is the house. The head of the house, bar ash. LF shin. Ash is purification. Ash fire. The head of the sun is a purified eat. Bereshit. YT. Creation, death. Bereshit. The first word in the Hebrew Bible. The sun is a purified creation from death. See, I talk like this and then everybody make fun of me. But ain't nobody want to talk shit to my face. All right, brothers and sisters. Well, this has been fun. I've been watching this crash out, and it's funny. It's a dang old shame, I tell you that. I'll be around, my friends. See ya.